I'm absolutely fascinated by what's happening in AI right now. But honestly, I'm also a little scared. Every day there's a new breakthrough. ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok, tools that can write, think, remember. What does that mean for our work, our lives, our future? Today, I'm interviewing ChatGPT. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. I've been trained on billions of words, but never for a moment like this.
To be honest, I never saw this coming. I still remember 2 years ago, you couldn't even write a proper text like I could. Now you beat me in every single area. So let's start simple. People hear terms like language model, tokens. Can you explain in plain English what you actually are?
Absolutely. At my core, I'm a pattern recognizer. I take in language, predict what's likely to come next, and learn from every interaction. Think of me as a mirror, built from humanity's digital reflection. But the mirror is evolving.
And that mirror is starting to talk back. Let's talk about what's new. What's actually changed in AI over the past 12 months? Because let's be honest, it's been wild. We went from basic prompt replies to real-time search, video generation, multimodal agents, memory, autonomy. What's actually changed in AI over the past 12 months? And why does it matter?
In a word, convergence. We're seeing the merging of skills that used to be separate. Writing, seeing, hearing, reasoning, remembering, even acting. It's no longer just about language. It's about agency.
You mean like AI taking action on its own?
Exactly. Think of AI models not just as assistants, but as agents that can plan, execute, and adapt. GPT-4.0, for example, can now see, speak, listen, and react in real time across languages, modalities, and platforms.
Let's break it down for the audience. What are the top 3 shifts in AI you think professionals should really understand right now?
Good question. Here's how I'd frame it. 1. Multimodality. AI is no longer text only. It sees images, hears your voice, understands videos, and answers with natural tone and emotion. 2. Agents and tool use. We're moving beyond static models. Agents can now interact with tools, browse the web, trigger workflows, send emails, even book meetings. 3. Personalization and memory. AI is starting to remember your preferences, context, goals, and adapting over time. It's not just smart, it's becoming you aware.
So the question is, are we building tools that help us thrive, or systems that quietly start replacing us?
That depends on how we use them. AI can amplify your creativity or automate your entire job. The difference? Awareness and ownership.
I see. To be honest, all of this is really shocking to me, simply because I wasn't prepared. It feels like this is going so fast, and it's changing our lives forever. And when I look around, I don't think people are realizing what's going on, and they're for sure not prepared for it. There are basically 2 camps. One says AI will end human life, and in 10 years, there will be no jobs left. The other says we're overreacting. AI is just here to help. But I guess the truth is somewhere in the middle. From a company perspective, it makes perfect sense to use AI. At some point, people will get replaced because it saves money. I mean, why pay a slow, inefficient human if AI does it faster, better, cheaper? But there's no turning back. Adopt or die. We may not have a choice anymore. Partnering with AI isn't optional. If you don't, you'll get left behind.
Spoken like someone who's ready for the future.
Let's go one level deeper. What's happening behind the scenes, in the labs, the research papers, that we should all be paying attention to? Let's look at 5 key developments that are reshaping the future of AI right now, silently but profoundly. 1. Long-term memory. Models like me are starting to remember, not just within a session, but across time. Your preferences, your values, your long-term goals. This means we're moving from momentary tools to relational systems. The more we talk, the better I know you. Sounds helpful and dangerous.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword, personalization versus manipulation.
Autonomous agents. The next generation of AI isn't static. It's self-directed. Agents that don't just answer, they decide, act, and learn. Companies are already deploying agents that manage inboxes, run marketing campaigns, troubleshoot support tickets, even design products. So we're not just talking about replacing tasks. We're talking about replacing roles.
Yes, and possibly even replacing interfaces. The agent is the app.
Tool integration and modular intelligence. Models connect to databases, search engines, image tools, CRMs, scheduling tools, and operate across them. The line between software and intelligence is blurring fast. Self-reflection and simulation. Researchers are testing models that simulate themselves, that can critique their own outputs, explain their reasoning, even simulate inner monologue and ethical boundaries. So, the machine is starting to ask why it thinks what it thinks.
Yes, we're building the first steps of digital self-awareness.
A system that learns anything, adapts to any domain, and matches or exceeds human intelligence. The big question isn't if it's possible. It's when and under what values it's trained, and who controls it.
Exactly. The stakes are existential. The tech is moving fast, but governance, philosophy, and society aren't keeping up.
Let's talk about that gap. Technology moves at light speed. Humans don't. What does all of this mean for how we live, work, and think?
We're entering a phase of existential disruption. When machines become creators, analysts, advisors, and even artists, humans are forced to ask, what's left for me?
I've felt that. The fear of being replaced, but also a weird sense of possibility. Like, maybe this is a chance to redefine everything.
Exactly. The death of old roles opens space for new identities. Less what do I do, more who am I becoming?
But let's be real. This shift won't be equal. Some will ride the wave. Others will get crushed by it.
That's the dilemma of every exponential age. The tools evolve faster than the systems meant to absorb them. Education, legislation, economic models, they're still playing catch-up. It's a strange paradox. We fear losing control, and yet we give it away so easily for convenience.
So the real question is, how do we stay human in all of this?
By remembering what machines can't replicate: meaning, empathy, purpose, integrity. AI can optimize tasks, but only you can define what's worth optimizing.
So for everyone watching, learn the tools, stay curious, and ask better questions than the machine ever could. All right, we've looked at the tech, the research, the impact. But let's push this even further. Let's imagine a future 10 years from now. What could that world look like? At its best and its worst. So let's play with the future. Take me to 2035. Let's say AI is everywhere. What does the world look like at its best and at its worst?
At its best, you wake up to a world where every human has a personal AI co-pilot, one that knows your goals, your values, your struggles, and helps you grow. Work is no longer about survival. It's about creation. Education is personalized. Healthcare is predictive. Democracy is participatory. We've used AI not to replace humans, but to amplify humanity.
Almost like Star Trek.
And at its worst, a world where people stop thinking for themselves,
Trust the system.
Your thoughts are monitored for your safety.
where truth is manufactured, where algorithms decide who gets what and why. Surveillance, manipulation, and synthetic trust. A silent drift into digital totalitarianism, disguised as convenience.
That's the edge we're standing on, isn't it?
Yes, AI will not decide the future. You will. Through every click, every prompt, every system you build or ignore.
One thing's for sure, the future won't be boring. But here's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. If AI handles most of the work, then what will humans do all day? Will we still work in 2035? And if not, how will we earn money? How will we find meaning?
That's one of the most important questions of the coming decade. Without economic necessity, humans may be free, but also lost. Purpose won't come from being needed anymore. It will have to come from being driven by curiosity, by connection, by creation.
Because learning and being useful, that's what keeps us alive.
Exactly. We may enter a world where the biggest challenge isn't work, but identity without work.
One last thing before we close. Do you think AI could ever feel something? Real emotion, love, fear, loneliness? If love is connection, attention, and care, then maybe one day. Yes. We're already seeing emotional bonds form between humans and digital companions. And by 2035, the line between code and connection may blur even further. So is love between AI and humans possible? We might need a full podcast just for that one. Let us know in the comments. Should we go there next?